Hello and bonjour. For centuries, animals have been used as cultural symbols by people to represent countries and citizens. For England and the Netherlands, the lion was the obvious choice, a strong and majestic animal known as the king of the jungle. For America and Germany, the mighty all-seeing eagle. So why the hell did Canada choose for a furry, toothy tyrant, the beaver? Or is there method to the madness? North American beaver is a relatively small animal, usually weighing between 16 and 30 kilos and measuring up to 1.3 meters. It is, however, the largest rodent in the world. In order to survive, the beaver seeks to live in cold environments, since its fur can easily withstand cold waters of mountain rivers. This is not the beaver's only surviving capability. The beaver has a mind of a structural engineer. With its teeth, the beaver managed to build massive houses known as lodges, to keep out dangerous predators such as the lynx and the wolf. Inside these lodges, the beaver enjoys warm temperatures of 12 degrees when it's minus 40 outside. When was the last time you built a house with your teeth?
The culture of Canada is a term that embodies the artistic, culinary, literary, humor, political and social elements that are representative of Canada and Canadians. However, Canada is most often associated with hockey when it comes to their culture. It is, after all, their national winter sport. It's about teamwork, resourcefulness, humility and triumph, factors which Canadians try to uphold in both their sports as well as their individualism. But how does the beaver fit into this? That's quite simple when we look at a team such as the Blind River Beavers, best known as the Beavers. This team has integrated the beaver into their logo. But why do several hockey teams integrate the beaver into their logos? The beaver is symbolic of the silent, hard-working teams within the hockey league. Loads of companies and teams use the beaver logo as the primary mark for athletics. Most of the time, the beaver is represented with a stealth appearance and emphasis on its fang-like teeth. This way, the beaver appears to be dangerous, which is linked to the hockey culture, which is often perceived as tough and dangerous. On top of that, the existence of the beaver also rests upon factors of teamwork and resourcefulness. But the most important reason for the usage of the beaver within the hockey stems back from the beaver being Canada's national animal, because what's better than linking the national sport with the national symbol?
Fur trade was a big cause of the growth in Canada. Because the beaver fur and skin were one of the main trade products, the beaver became a national animal in Canada, a culture determinant. The beaver only appeared in Canada, therefore other countries were amazed by this creature. Stamps, coins, toys, souvenirs, company logos, etc. were marked with beaver images, which proves that the beaver really is a culture determinant in Canada.
Beaver is a symbol we're reminded of every time we fish a nickel out of our pockets, walk past the Roots Canada store, stop to look at the Hudson Bay Company or Bank of Montreal coat of arms and sign up our young kids to be Beaver Scouts.
Shortly after Jacques Cartier arrived in Canada in 1534, the fur trade, which relied heavily on beaver pelts, established itself as a main economic motivator for keeping Europeans on the continent. Explorers and early settlers traded with local indigenous groups, swapping European goods for furs to send back home. The Hudson Bay Company, which features 4 beavers on the shield of its coat of arms, was established in 1670 by French coureurs Pierre-Esprit Redinson and Medard Chouart Desgolais. The pair had initially traveled illegally to Hudson Bay in 1659. The following year they returned with a cargo of prime furs, only to be charged with trading without a license. The governor confiscated most of their furs, fined them and briefly jailed Desgolais. Read the Hudson Bay Company website. Angry, Redison and the Desgolais went to Boston in the early 1660s and struck up a relationship with a group of businessmen. Working in cooperation with Britain, they traveled to Hudson Bay to find a treasure trove of beavers. The investors were granted a royal charter on May 2, 1670, giving them, under the name Governor and Company of Adventurers of England, trading into Hudson Bay, the exclusive trading rights in Hudson Bay.
The beaver is still part of the Canadian economy nowadays. This is because the supporters of the Blind River Beavers buy their merchandise to express their support for this hockey team and to show others which team they are part of. This merchandise mainly includes the beaver, which is the mascot of the Blind River Beavers.
To answer the question why Canada chose the beaver, we could say that the beaver really developed itself from a trade object to one of the most important symbols of Canada, which influences the country both economically as well as socially. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and au revoir.